And welcome to our show, Geeks Are Wired Podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the Internet of Things. And I'm your host, Bill. And the other host this week is Anna.
Hi.
And Anthony.
Hi.
And you can contact us. I was like, let's just roll right through it all. You can contact us by reaching out to our email at geeksarewired@gmail.com or giving us a phone call at 801-896-GEEK or 801-896-4335. And you also can help support us going to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/geeksarewired. You can get access to the podcast early, and you can chat with us on our Discord page and get special flair on Reddit. Or you can listen to us live.
Yay, live.
Yay. You also can follow us on Twitch. Been doing that a little bit more, but we're trying to figure that out a little bit more. But there's Twitch videos. And if there's more interest or people want, maybe we'll do other things too with Twitch. And yeah, we'll just go into everything else. We'll go down through the list.
Okay.
That's what you threw in first. We'll go with that one.
Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, hey, Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So, it's been about 3 years since it's released, almost. Yeah. And the AR photo mode has not improved at all. You can still only take pictures whenever you're catching stuff. And even then, they're not that great. They're looking to revamp that. On this one, it's a picture of Squirtle.
Psyduck.
On the other... That is Psyduck, gosh damn it. Okay,
Psyduck with a
revoke
bunch of
my Pokemon certification, please. But no, it's a picture of
Wait,
Psyduck.
who's this one? Who's this one?
I believe that would be Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's actually who I was thinking it was too.
Now it's Pikachu. But now,
I was looking at her. She looked like she was about to rip both our heads off.
okay, so go back up to the Psyduck. At the top of the article, it's just a picture of Psyduck across what looks like a river. The other one is Pikachu looking at one of those tic-tac-toe things that they put in playgrounds. But the neat thing on this one is he's turned around. You could never do that on the AR mode that you have right now. The idea is that you can load up the Pokemon. I think you can go to the Pokemon now, like in the Pokédex like you normally do. Or not the Pokédex, but your Pokemon bag. And I believe you can click on like a photo icon or something. And then you throw the Pokeball. It'll go where it lands. And then you can move the camera around and position it how you like.
So this is part of the support from AR Core, which is Google's augmented reality SDK. That's what they're building it off of.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, Niantic, Google's sub-company, or I guess Alphabet's sub-company.
Yes.
Yeah, where they got the photos from.
I'm really excited for this, though. I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Get a lot of cool, there's a Discord group for, I think it's just for Pocatello, but there's a chat room just for AR photos, and the ones that people are posting in there now are kind of cool. I can't wait to see what this will prompt. Does it ever say when this is going to be released? I don't know if it does.
I have not seen a date on it.
That's lame.
Hopefully that'll be pretty soon. It looks
It
like
says
it came
soon.
out. The article itself came out on February 12th, so...
Yesterday at 9 a.m.
According to the recording.
Right. Right.
Yes.
But, I'm gonna bet it'll probably come out in the summertime or something. Because I'm pretty sure that's when usage is gonna spike, because it's not frigidly cold outside anymore.
But it's fun to take pictures of the ice Pokemon.
Yes, it is, but...
I know, you don't walk your Pokemon.
I do.
Okay.
They have this nice thing called adventure mode now.
Do tell.
You just walk around like you normally do. Don't have to have the phone on. You don't have to have the app on.
Yeah.
And it'll just tell you when you get candy.
When you open the app next time.
When you open the app next time, it will tell you that, oh, you've walked so many kilometers. Here's a reward. And then you get like 20 Pokeballs.
Yeah. Well, I guess every Monday it does that.
No. There's 5, I think 10, and then 25.
No, every Monday it resets. So if you open
it does.
if you open it Monday and Tuesday, it's not going to tell you that you walked the extra stuff.
Unless you went from 5 to 10
Oh, true.
or something. Whatever I don't remember what
Unless
the
you were
grades
a
are.
walking fiend.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I don't remember. I don't do very well. I know there's like a 51, and I just don't do that.
I think there's a 5, a 25, and a 50. I don't remember, though. I know there's definitely 5 and 50.
You know, it's on our phones right here.
Yeah, but that would require me reaching into my pocket, and I'm feeling very lazy today.
Yeah.
It's nice that it tracks that walking. I just wonder if it tracks it if you were to actually be on a treadmill, though.
No. It's GPS.
So,
no.
because
on the adventure mode, I don't know if it is.
for the adventure mode, if you happen to just kind of walk.
Still
For
spacing off of your GPS.
Well, for the Pokemon Go one, I know it's, like, if you're inside the app itself, I know it's GPS based, but...
Yeah, even with the other one. It's just like when Google recognizes that or Maps recognizes whether you're walking or driving. Actually, even in Pokemon Go, it does that. Yeah, because your phone can tell when you're moving, and
I know it can, but...
you can definitely find that out when you go.
Mine, because on Android it uses Android Fitness. On Apple it uses Apple Fitness. If you have a wearable, it might just go based off of steps.
Does not go off of Fitbit.
Okay, well, then don't have a Fitbit.
I like my Fitbit.
Too bad Android Wear's dead.
Actually, I was thinking like this, and there was some other AR stuff that was coming out. Like Google even released a Maps where you could like hold your phone up and you move it around.
Yeah.
And you can see the green arrow, giant green arrow in the middle of you.
That's
in front of you.
released only to certain people, but yeah.
You have to be a what's it called? The city adventure, where they're little, basically you've answered all the questions about the.
And you've provided a lot of feedback to them.
Yeah. You have to be one of those people. I'm not saying I'm one of those people, but I've provided some feedback.
You provided feedback before it was cool?
Yeah. But, yeah, so and that's supposed to be coming. But that, if you provide all the feedback and you're part of the little beta testing on that, you can try it out now. Otherwise,
you gotta wait
till next year.
Oh, is it not coming out till next year?
That is not coming out till next year. Now, this is, so this is just the map thing, but it's still kind of weird because, like, you hold your phone down flat and it goes just the normal street view, or not street view, but the normal map view. You have to hold it up to the buildings and it switches to this, augmented reality.
Well, yeah, it's doing augmented reality, yeah.
But Google's like, we don't want you to use this while you're walking or driving. I'm like, you're literally telling people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a terrible idea. But on the other side, it is nice for when you start off walking, when you're like, oh, I see where I'm going. And you start walking thinking you're going the right way. And then you look down and you're 3 blocks the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that'd be fun. Like, too bad Google didn't get their AR stuff working better. Google Glass.
Yeah. One day.
Well, I don't know. There's going to be I feel like there's going to be a lot of security and personal stuff that people are going to have, they're going to have to be worked on and fixed. So people could
So that we don't
that
end
stuff.
up with the voice assistant market that we have now?
Oh, it's not even the voice assistant market. It's also just trusting that these companies that hold your data will not just abuse it, lose it, destroy it, sell, if you say, I don't want you to sell my information, they will not sell your information or even give it away. Well, I guess that's a good segue into
Ancestry stuff.
Well, yeah, all these ancestry tests. More than 26 million have taken an at-home ancestry test. And that number is, so that's through, the big ones are Ancestry,
23andMe,
and 23andMe.
and then the other one.
Well,
Tree
those are
one.
the two big ones. And there's a Family Tree DNA, which is like coming in. They have about 2 million people on it. So I guess there's still quite a decent number.
But those 2 million, I think like
That's
20% of them are from older data where they weren't catching everything or weren't cataloging everything. But that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant to this. So.
Yeah. So Okay, the thing about this is that so many people have done this that your information, whether you took the test or not, is out there because they're able to link everything back together. And that's what, part of the stuff like, oh, you're related to insert random group with what can do it. But 23andMe has also proven that DNA sometimes gets close. There was a husband and wife that were linked together as like second cousins.
Yeah.
And after doing actual research, found out that that was not true at all. But because of their history and they were both from this, their ancestors were from the same part of the world and all this other stuff, it ended up going, oh, we think you're second cousins. In reality, you are not nearly related enough. But under the DNA thing, it says it is. Well, then this is, so you took this test like, oh, this is for me, and you're not going to do anything with it. Well, Family Tree DNA is working with the FBI without a need asking for a warrant. Because a lot of these places, at least Ancestry and 23andMe, are like, you must get a warrant. They're just working with the FBI. They're getting corpses. They're putting that information in, and then they're also with that, anything that comes from research, they're able to.
Can you even trust DNA that comes from a corpse?
If you got it fast enough. I mean, technically, once your cells are taken off, it's dead. It starts dying, so you just have to. You can store it fast enough.
Okay.
It starts breaking down.
It starts breaking down like almost immediately.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
But then they also can track, so DNA is left behind on murder victims or stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, it has a lot of good applications. It's just they didn't say that they were going to do it.
Yes. So as they changed their user agreement.
But you can't do that retroactively.
Why not? That's part of the user agreement.
I guess it depends on the user agreement.
Heck.
If it's in the user agreement saying that they can do that, then yeah.
And
probably
you
was.
You probably don't know because it also got proven or put out that Amazon's user agreement would take you 90 hours to read.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Eventually, I think there's going to be a law that says that a user agreement can't be longer than so-and-so pages. Or should be able to be read within
a reasonable
amount of time. Yeah.
What's reasonable?
An hour on the long end.
Really?
30 minutes, maybe 10, maybe 5.
Agreements are way longer than that, though.
I know. Some of them are. Some of them are just that we do this stuff. A lot of them usually also include a clause that says, hey, this can update at any time, and you accept it. Some of them are nice enough to say that this will update at any time. You have 30 days after it updates to decline, and then you just terminate service. But with these Ancestry things where they have this data catalog, does that mean that your data gets just purged? Or because I don't think it would.
They would have to and that's probably part of the stuff with like GDPR and all these other things. You agree?
Is this covered under GDPR?
It's still your personal information. And that's it. That's the interesting part is like, what are they going at? No one has officially said anything about it, but
like, I get it, it's personal information, but it's a different kind that's not strictly covered under the GDPR, I don't think.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked at it to know for sure.
Okay, let's go with this. I think it should.
No, I'm not saying it shouldn't.
Especially where...
I'm just saying I don't know if it is.
None of us in this room have taken those tests, but yet our information is in there.
Probably.
Because of all the linking and everything. Which means you didn't agree to it, but it's affecting you. You are already part of it.
Yeah, it's just like how we didn't agree to the Equifax stuff.
Yes.
We're a part of that.
Another
Look
one
what got
things.
done about that. Nothing. I'm not bitter. You're bitter.
Oh, no, I am bitter as can be, especially where Facebook is and Google and all these big companies that you can say no to are getting raked over the coals, and yet...
The ones that you can't do anything about.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, hey, we'll just ignore you.
Oh yeah.
Do your thing.
If you want to find out if your stuff's been leaked, by the way, it has. You can't sue us, and that's actually one of those things that I think is like, you can't take us into a lawsuit or a class action lawsuit. Like, judges literally throw that thing out.
Yeah, they do.
Because that's just.
So yeah, I think that even with this, and like you said, with leaking out information, it's definitely a scary thing because, like, I don't know, like my sister just kind of found me, one that I hadn't met before, but just right before Christmas, she did take the Ancestry test, and
did you take the Ancestry test?
I have not taken the Ancestry
she
test.
found you, and you didn't take it.
But
someone in her family must have taken it.
A couple of my aunts
Close,
that
at
are
least.
close to me
There you go.
did take it, and she did track it back. And so I was able to meet her just recently.
So,
And I don't know. It's kind of a scary thing, though, all that information that's already out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Actually, Facebook technically has been doing the same thing.
wait, what?
Because your friends are on Facebook. Like, you don't need to be on Facebook unless you're a full-on Luddite.
Mm-hmm.
Because your friends are on Facebook or your, within range is in Facebook, your information is in Facebook.
Yeah.
Or certain
limitedly.
apps. Well, certain apps also give you information. You might not be you, but it might be you have a number, which is really all that they need anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The indirect link.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that kind of also connects with, like, even that 6th degree of separation of people, too.
Well, enough indirect links gets the full picture.
Yeah.
Enough not secret information gets put together, makes the secret information.
Yeah. Just kind of using all of the missing link points that will actually kind of get your information all the way out there.
Mm-hmm.
And with, computers can put all that stuff together real fast.
Yeah.
If they know how. And if AI gets better and better, we don't even have to teach them. They'll just do it.
See, this is why robots are good, and you're supposed to just accept them. That's why you just give your carpet cleaner a knife. Just accept that it's going to. You support its life choices.
Doomba. That came up in another chat. I'm glad that you brought that up. That was fun.
Actually, that's been my support for many, many years.
You need to add Doomba to the
Doomba.
show notes now.
Actually, maybe we'll just make that's the name of the episode now.
Just Doomba?
Doomba.
Okay. Joey will be sad.
Doomba.
He's the one that reminded me of that.
Let's see.
Doomba. So what Doomba is it's a way to... It turns your Roomba's cleaning maps into Doom levels. You have to have a new enough Roomba to do it, but yeah.
What?
Well, it depends.
What is
There's definitely one with a chainsaw. Maybe I should, take the knife away from my floor carpet cleaner and give him a chainsaw.
You're not going to have a dog anymore.
I let it choose. Maybe I'll give the dog a chainsaw as well.
Your dog likes lawnmowers.
That means it'll love the chainsaw.
It will. Like I said, you will not have a dog anymore. Oh.
So what I was saying is, like, Doom levels. Are you saying like that maze game?
Yeah,
Doom?
Well, the original Doom. It's a older game from like early 90s, late 80s. When is it?
Well, just Doom, yeah.
Yeah, just Doom. But it was like the first like quote unquote first person shooter. It's not like your standard first person shooter nowadays, but it was a first person perspective, and you could modify the levels really easily with it. So you can make custom ones, and that's all this does, is it just makes a custom Doom level. It's not... I haven't looked at it, but I imagine it's not too great. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. We'll just put this one.
Its own mapping then, and just kind of...
Yeah, because the newer Roombas, they maintain a map, because like the older ones, the dumb ones, the ones that I have, don't get the ones that I have. They will go around randomly and bump into stuff. Like, it's fine. They're designed to do that. They'll slow down before they hit something. But to get home, it just kind of, like, after an hour, it's like, okay, time to go home. It, again, goes around randomly, aimlessly, until it gets the IR signal coming from the base station. Once it sees that, it knows where the base station is and can start going towards it. Mine never finds it.
It's so cute. Shark cat chasing on a Roomba chasing a little duck.
Yeah, cats really like Roombas for some reason. They'll just sit on them.
There you go. So yeah, that'll be in the show notes. So I figured just Doom. I didn't realize there was also just the Doom maps and all that.
Yeah. That's what Doomba is. But
I like it.
yeah, this got brought up because we were talking about putting a knife on random. Like, I think we were talking about putting a knife, like using a knife to cut vinyl on a 3D printer or something.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I brought up that I think my 3D printer has the ability to cut vinyl, but it's with a laser instead. And then that just brought up a bunch of these random things, so it was fun. All right, well, there's Doomba.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh.
Leaking your information.
Yeah, and then that somehow got to AI.
Okay, let's go with this. More
AI?
Well, the more question. You
more
want
leaking?
Do we have AI?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, how about this? Amazon.
They bought Eero. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, Eero.
Eero is how it's spelled.
So they were one of the very first companies to do the, a very good home multi-broadcast system for Wi-Fi.
Oh, like so it doesn't make like a mesh network, but
Yeah.
for Wi-Fi. Interesting.
Yeah. So they were one of the first ones and one of the first good one. And they were also very much we do not want your information.
Now Amazon bought them.
Amazon has not said anything about it yet, but this is definitely something that is interesting because Amazon does want your information.
They want all of it.
And if they have access to your router, they get all of your information.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of so. But on the other side, also it makes Amazon go, Amazon, instead of just like, oh, it's just, we're giving you smart things. They want the one and all thing. They want access to all your stuff, or they want your house to be the Amazon house.
Yeah.
Still not a fan of one thing, though it kind of makes it worse. Or if because I have the Google as well, and I have the other versions.
Yeah, if you're tied in, like if you have smart things, it works with both.
Mm-hmm. I technically got 3 because you got smart things. Whatever Samsung scrapes off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. There's all sorts of information that still, I guess, being more in one than.
One hub to rule them all is not what you have.
I know. I have no loyalties. I like them all. But
instead of making your information available on one server, it's now available on all of them.
All of them. Just hand it out there. I'm transparent. Maybe I should take one of those tests, but I should make them pay for me to take it. Or they should just give it to me. That's how I got my Echoes and Googles.
Just have them sponsor your podcast.
It seems like a lot of, still seems like there's too much. They should just give me stuff.
Gimme.
Maybe.
Anyways, Amazon acquired them.
Yes. Which is, it's interesting because they'll probably make it work with all the Wi-Fi, all their little Wi-Fi devices. Hey, maybe they'll get their Wi-Fi devices to actually be more secure or be 5 gigs instead of 2.4.
That's not going to happen.
I think that's kind of counterproductive, though, especially keeping everything secure, but using Wi-Fi and gaining your information.
So we have a follow-up on that one. We'll segue into that one in a moment. Definitely. This, though, is... The other thing is also because they did purchase Ring, and all they really have done with it is made it kind of... is lock it up. Is that actually still plugged in?
I plugged it back in.
I was like, that doesn't work. Wait a second.
The mouse is moving.
Because I grabbed the other mouse. I upgraded my mouse. If you were listening last week. I shouldn't say upgrade. Actually, to me, I downgraded it. But that's my opinion.
That'll probably get taken away once you get rid of all the noise, but that's okay.
Meh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a thing. I don't know what we were talking about.
Because they purchased Ring and then they didn't really do much with it. Just all they really did is lock it down and make sure it works.
Well, yeah, they locked it down. It was working with a lot of stuff, and now it doesn't.
It was about to really get working with a lot of stuff. So is this just going to be the same thing?
Probably.
Everyone with Euros just going to be like, that sucks. And also, it means everything has to go. Everything has to be in the cloud. Nothing's local anymore. More with that. I don't know. This will be interesting what Amazon does with this.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't be evil.
I don't see that happening.
Well, I'd like them to just let They
didn't let Ring do that. I don't see them doing that with this.
Actually, they kind of did do that with Ring.
They locked it down, though.
They locked it down, and it also shares information with your local police. So they can actually access through your Ring if there's crimes in the area. Yeah, you actually have to opt out of it, apparently. Yeah, so you're saying that they don't share your information. Well, they share your information.
I'm conflicted on that.
I know. I'll admit. But on the other side is, it also has problems with identifying certain types of people, and so it has hiccups. It has issues
because it uses their quote unquote AI to auto unlock the door, right?
I'm sure there's that too.
Well, I think that's part of it. What were you talking about then?
I was talking about if local police are looking for somebody, person of interest, and then they scan all the cameras, going, "Oh, this is the person of interest." Certain certain skin colors and certain clothing actually cause issues with it. Mm-hmm. So it would identify people that are not a problem, thinking that it is, or it won't see them quite right. There's all sorts of hiccupiness, stupid stuff.
That's interesting. Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I'm almost thinking I kind of like my technology, but I almost think sometimes a Luddite just kicks in once in a while.
Your Ludditeness.
Just a little bit.
All right, what's your other segue that you wanted?
Anna started talking about?
Yes.
Was the Wi-Fi. Where'd that one go?
That's right there.
Is that it? Oh,
You're
hey.
right on it, yeah.
I was clicking on it. The show notes. So were you leading towards this, Anna?
She may not even know about this.
I don't really know anything about that, really.
So...
She was inadvertently leaning towards it.
Yes. Also, I do bash on the Wi-Fi every week after week.
Yes.
Every week.
You hate the Wi-Fi smart stuff.
Yes. So, there was...
And this is why.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the reasons why. Which college? Brazil's Federal University of Pernambuco and University of Michigan took a look at a bunch of the Wi-Fi IoT devices, and let's see, is this they basically looked at the top a bunch of top items, or 96 of the top items being sold on Amazon, and 31% of those apps, 30 corresponding to 37 devices out of 96 had no encryption at all on them, while 19 had hard-coded encrypted keys.
So they couldn't be updated if they were ever...
No, you couldn't change your password on. They could. It's a predetermined preset in there, and which means easily accessible.
Mm-hmm. And probably the same across all the devices.
Well, there was 19%, but yeah.
Well, what I meant was the key would be the same for if you bought two of the same device.
Probably.
The key's probably the same.
Uh-huh. And if it's not, then it's in a rainbow chart that you could probably get it's probably online in a plain text.
Yeah, possibly. So that's neat.
Oh, okay, so this is also Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled devices sold on Amazon. It wasn't just Wi-Fi. Bluetooth can have better
Is there
security.
a list? I wonder if the August locks are on there.
Well, let's see. When it would be, okay, the biggest offender though
What?
And I'm so sad. And I see it online, and I just like,
Oh, TP links.
yep, the Casa app and the TP-Link smart plug. And it just makes me frustrated because Amazon pushes that. That's like their number one item. It comes free with the Echo.
I have one. I don't have it plugged in.
I have one. It's plugged in. I still really, I want to replace. I need to replace it.
Like, what kind of information can they get from that though?
Well, if they can use it as a weak point, they can get into your Wi-Fi.
Because it's Wi-Fi enabled. Got it.
And that's the thing is, most of this is, well, because but they still could get usage. They could get whether it's on or off. So there's
Probably also see how many amps are passing through it.
Mhm.
And,
How many amps have? Because there's actually a history on that.
neat.
Yeah. Google's Nest is one of the better ones. Something else though with the Nest, never, ever, ever buy it used. There's a simple security flaw that can be put into it.
Oh, nice.
So if you buy it used, you don't know if
It's been done.
Yeah, if there's been something done to it.
Neat.
Yeah. So it's expensive. If you want it, pay the expensive price on that one. But there's a giant white paper. We will link
Control
to it.
F.
Control F. All right.
August.
Hey, look. It's in there once. And it's saying,
Okay. It's saying it happens only once, and I think I knew about that one.
oh, and actually some of these also some of them you have to be on the Wi-Fi.
This one, I think that one specifically is talking about on the initial connection.
Oh,
It's kind of open, and someone could do like sniff it and find it, but it only happens once.
okay. And actually, that even happens with some of the security issues with Zigbee and Z-Wave
Mm-hmm.
on the initial setup. But once they're usually connected, they are good to go.
Yeah, they're not supposed to go into. There was a thing with Zigbee or Z-Wave 1, wasn't there? Where you could just hijack a bunch of devices.
Oh yeah, you could bounce it, but
What?
it would more drop off of it. Instead
Still.
of, yeah. But if you also could, you could probably introduce a new device into it to
Mhm.
monitor. So you bounce the one and you replicate it, and tell when the idea is that your device went to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and then you replicate it and put your replicated one in the system because it would go, hey, that's the one I was just looking at.
Yeah.
But now it's awake. Yeah,
Mhm. There's a lot of stuff you can do.
there's some bad things that
Yeah.
people do, and
The nice thing about IoT stuff right now is that there's a lot, and there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. That's also the bad thing about it. There's a lot of people are trying to get to market with it fast, so security's kind of a second thought or not a thought at all.
and that's why it's nice like GDPR's out there to start doing this. That's why it's California is trying to make laws, and
That's cool what
companies-
California is. Doesn't
Yeah.
help us.
Well, it doesn't help us, but it could help us because what happens is that every state slowly starts rolling out their own version. And
After how many years, though?
they're starting to roll out. California was just the first, and they're getting it going. But think about it this way: if you're a smart things maker, okay, so let's say, okay, we'll just sell in the U.S. We won't worry about GDPR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we sell in the 50 states. Okay, California now has laws. Well, that's still a good chunk of the U.S. population.
Yeah.
So you have to alter for that one. Oh wait,
or
another state
discontinue
comes out.
service to them.
Yeah, discontinue service, so which is now cutting profits. Oh look, another state decides to do it, but they have different rules.
Mhm.
You have to follow those rules as well,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's something like New York or Texas. You know,
With a lot of people.
yes, these highly populated states, which will probably be the highly populated states, will probably start doing these. Now you have multiple states with different rules. And Microsoft has come out with this, going, they wish the world would just come out with something.
Yeah.
One thing,
One thing.
cover it all, just to make it easier for people who make it, and honestly, protection for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some of this. There's other problems with these. Local communications, avoid local communication, broadcast a message, whether it avoids broadcasting. So, 46% of the devices out there just broadcast messages. Insecure protocol, 18% of these devices.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably non-encrypted.
Well, they're probably just HTTP.
Well, that's depending on how they do it. Some of them they're just sending packets over. You can just stand there. If you're within range of somebody's Wi-Fi, you can just pick up this information.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part about this is some of these devices, you don't realize you're sending information until after you've bought it, turned it on, and saw that there was a user agreement in there that says, oh, by the way...
And most stores have a restocking fee, so...
And you didn't agree to this initially. And they didn't say anything.
I think that's been brought up before.
There's actually some lawsuits happening because of that type of stuff.
That's good.
So
hopefully that makes something happen because of it.
Yes. But I
guess they figure most people don't care, but...
Well, they figure people aren't reading it. Come on. Back on Amazon, 90 hours to read their user agreement? Come on.
No one reads any of that.
I
read a few of them.
I think Apple actually had something in theirs for a while that says, are you actually reading this? Or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a clause, 2/3 of the way down or something like that.
Theirs is still huge. I've never read theirs. I know, I've read some of the shorter ones. I think, what was it? The Movie Pass. Actually, theirs was not terrible.
Oh, good. One good thing they did.
Yeah.
They got delisted from NASDAQ. The parent company did.
They're also having a class action lawsuit being brought up against them for a bait and switch scheme.
Yeah.
Which, yes, technically they did that, but they were trying really hard not to. And they're still trying, they're still trying to go back to that. They're even saying, we will go back to this. We want this to work. But man, are they struggling.
Well, it's not really economically feasible. Especially if people use it.
Well, but...
Which the ones suing probably used it.
I don't know, I used it, and I honestly just let them do their thing. I don't want to be part of the lawsuit. I don't want to... they tried. They're still trying. I'm just going to let them flail in the water, and then maybe one day they'll, become number one or something. But it's, the difference between them and going to the movies versus staying at home and watching movies, all these other subscription services. Actually, as much as Ted was talking about, he hates subscription services. He literally joined the subscription service.
We actually didn't do movie
Yeah,
pass.
they didn't do movie pass.
You guys,
so
never mind.
Ted and I are kind of the exclusion of
did
that.
Did you do AMC's, though?
Actually, we have not even jumped on the bandwagon there.
Oh.
Joey did AMC.
You didn't do any of them?
No,
Okay.
I just kind of work off of either the $5 Tuesdays that happen at AMC, or just kind of pick
Which are
up.
always packed.
Yes.
And I know our work has the discounted tickets, so I will oftentimes pick those up too.
Yeah. They're okay. But, I still... But it's a subscription service. That's all I really look at. Pieces that using them, it's still... Everyone still get paid, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. We should go to our break, though, because we have Captain Bangles again this week. And with that, we'll be right back.
Hey, this is James from Captain Bangles Comic Co. giving you a nice update on new releases coming out February 20th, 2019. First up, from Image Comics, Sharky Bounty Hunter. Written by Mark Millar, art by Simone Bianchi. It's a premiere of a new story from Mark Millar in the Millar World universe. Set in a brilliant new sci-fi universe, Sharky is a blue-collar bounty hunter who tracks criminals across the galaxy in his converted rocket-powered ice cream truck. Aided and abetted by his 10-year-old partner, he's out for the biggest bounty of his career. These titles from Mark Millar from Image Comics have been top-notch. Magic Order, which just barely ended this week, which is the 13th, has been phenomenal. Prodigy so far has been great. Everything he's done with Image so far has been amazing. And I highly recommend checking this title out when it comes out February 20th, 2019. Another title to check out, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Adventure Time's Marcy and Simon comes to issue number 2 from Boom Comics. It's essentially continuing on where Adventure Time left off with the season finale, and with the kids who find Finn's sword. And it's great. It's been a pretty big hit in the shop. I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. The other thing I wanted to mention is High Level number 1. I don't know what it is about sci-fi stories lately, but we got 2 number 1s in the same week. This is coming from the Vertigo line of DC. 100 years after the world ended and human society was rebuilt from scratch, a self-interested smuggler is forced to traverse a new continent of danger and mystery to deliver a child messiah to High Level, a mythical city at the top of the world from which no one's ever returned. This is written by Rob Sheridan, who's a co-creator of Nine Inch Nails' groundbreaking Year Zero alternate reality game. So definitely check it out. All this arrives on February 20th, next week. Don't forget to stop inside your local comic shop and pick up these books, but this is James from Captain Bagels Comic Cove here in Pocatello, Idaho. Check us out on Facebook if you haven't already. Have a great day.
And we're back.
So, you tried out the YouTube TV.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
So there's no... with the broadcast networks, it is only ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. They did not have CW. Is that what's called now? I'll go with that.
I don't know.
I remember it used to be called UPN and WB way back in the day. Yes.
Warner Brothers?
Yeah, it's still Warner Brothers. CW is...
Time Warner?
No, Warner Brothers. Well, yeah, sort of.
Okay, whatever.
Vaguely. No, but
Anyways.
yes, but no. Different Warner subgroup. Because there's like 3 different Time Warner companies, I think.
Okay.
One of them is owned by Disney now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
So, with YouTube TV, it was... Okay, so I understand the $40 thing. I understand that that's what a lot of the places for the cord cutting's doing. That's what was it even does?
Sling?
Hulu does.
Oh, and
Sling's
Hulu.
actually is $20 for starting.
Yeah, for starting, but you don't get some of the bigger name ones.
Yeah, and actually, even with YouTube TV, you don't get the bigger name ones. You have to pay for extra. You have to pay for the pay channels. You have to pay for AMC. AMC apparently is a premium channel.
Didn't know that.
And I knew AMC was part. If you have cable subscriptions, AMC is usually in like the 2nd or 3rd tier group of channels.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a premium group channel.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, which is funny because Disney used to be a premium channel. Now it's it's part of the low end because they just want you to watch.
They just want you to watch because then it gets you to buy their product.
Yeah, works really well. Actually, there's also
among other tactics where they put stuff in the vault, quote unquote.
So it's additional add-in channels, kind of like Showtime, Stars, and some of those other things, right?
Mm-hmm. But the biggest thing is still commercials. Because I also still have YouTube Premium,
Mm-hmm.
and I had YouTube TV.
And you thought you'd get rid of commercials?
I knew I wouldn't. I had already done my homework. I was just kind of like, that's how it should be, honestly.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of complaints on that one. It was like when I was reading about
The
it.
stuff where they're streaming the thing live, fine. I kind of get that.
And I enjoyed that.
But the part where, like, I remember I put on DuckTales, for example, like the new DuckTales, started with an ad.
Yeah.
It was a short ad, but still started with an ad.
And the more you watch, the more ads. Or the more they're trying to push a product. Because I started getting that. Because I ended up watching the Star Wars Rebellion. Their new Star Wars series. And they've been pushing the Grinch. And I got tired of Grinch commercials. Again, online. So this is their on-demand group. If you record it on their unlimited DVR, if before it switches to an on-demand version, you can fast forward through these commercials. once it hits an on-demand, you have the permanent commercials in there. And they're the repetitive, annoying ones that you get online.
Nice.
That's interesting. So they're not the actual broadcasted advertisements that
Only if
normally
you
see.
are on the DVR version or the live.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the
So-
on-demand, it's on-demand commercials.
So on demand and kind of based on your preferences that they've noticed.
Okay, so it's based off of
Or-
what they're pushing, what information they've gathered from you, so they know you're watching trends. Because you're watching this particular show, they advertise these particular things.
Other than that, do you feel like it's been worth it?
No.
Have you been able to actually watch your shows that you wanted to actually watch from there?
Get Hulu. That's it. There's so many better places and cheaper and less commercials. Honestly, that's my biggest thing. I'm paying and I still get all these commercials and I get these repetitive, stupid commercials. Like, it's one of the reasons why when WB dropped off of Hulu, I tried it. I tried their free. I tried their service. They have a free online. I hate Target.
Were they just constantly pushing Target commercials?
Yes.
Got it. So you also hate the Grinch because of that too.
I've come to dislike the movie that I once used to enjoy. It's like when you listen to that same pop song. They played the 3 hours in a row, and it's only a 3-minute song.
Have you heard of Listen on Repeat? There are some songs that are okay to just loop.
Yes, but I chose that.
I usually do
Fair enough.
choose
Chose?
to-
You chose them?
Yeah, I have
I chose
chosen
you.
the version of like hour-long loops of the same song.
Oh, but you didn't go for the 10-hour ones, huh?
I have
Ain't one
before,
got
but
time for
I've
that.
never actually been able to sit through the entire 10 hours.
Well, so what I normally do is I'll pick the 10-hour one sometimes. I haven't done this for a while, but I'll let it play, click out of it. When I click back into it, it'll resume where it left off. I don't remember what song it was, but I think I got like 3 to 4 hours in.
That, I forgot, was something else I absolutely, positively despised with a passion. I left a show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over halfway through it. I'm
Mhm.
like, I'll just come back to it. It starts it all over.
Yeah.
I'm also back at the intro commercials, and I'm just like,
Oh.
why? I was so mad. It was nice to like, hey, gee, Google. I put a big enough break in there. Watch NBC. Watch Cartoon Network. Watch whatever. Live TV. Right then, right
Mhm.
there. I've got it. Watch AMC. I got the live TV. It's nice. It worked well. And I like that. When I'm watching on demand, I go to the next episode. Or actually watch this watch this show. Got it. Better than I've seen. The only other thing I've seen work that well is usually YouTube.
Oh, with the assistant?
Yeah, with the assistant.
Okay, got
using
it.
the Google Assistant and the Chromecast. I mean, it just works. It worked really, really well. YouTube, I think it works better on YouTube TV than it does for YouTube.
Because, well, on YouTube TV, it's structured enough
Yeah.
whereas on YouTube, it's like
There's a lot.
some, like certain channels are good about naming it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And heck, some of them will even be like, hey, this is like season 5, episode 2 or 3.
So Google also sucks at that, though, going, I want to watch episode blah, blah, blah,
Uh-huh.
especially where it has major integration with Netflix.
Yeah.
If you say, I want to watch certain show, episode such and such, it goes, I can't do that. And I'm like, you're stupid. And I dislike you a lot more now. Like, I just want to watch the episodes. Punisher is actually a big one of that. Like, hey, watch Punisher from Netflix. I'll even tell you which one to use.
Mm-hmm.
And it pulls up the movie. And I was not wanting to
The
watch
movie on Netflix?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So is that a Netflix issue or a Google issue?
Yes.
Got it.
Probably
Why
both.
would you know?
Probably both.
You have no way of knowing.
So on the list of like YouTube TV, like it doesn't. I mean, it looks like they do have their regular kind of lineup of different channels like FX or CNN. So like kind of based on like some of the channels that are normal on there and Cartoon Network, like do you happen to know if like they have channels that are specific to just YouTube TV? It looks like there
Like
might be some titles
originals, YouTube originals.
I've never heard of like their station called Cheddar.
Okay, Cheddar. So if you get a Samsung TV, and I know this because I just recently got one. When I first started up with Cheddar. All Cheddar is it's just a news network where it's like just a free version of the news.
Okay. And I see like big news, and then they have like...
Oh, they have like local news. It's literally what the channel's called. They have these random channels that I've like never heard of.
I've never heard of Taste Made.
I guess they have YouTube originals they threw in, which is
That's interesting.
supposedly supposed to be under YouTube Red. Though I have to give
YouTube Premium.
Premium, yes, sorry, but the old wording, which I liked. YouTube TV's version better than YouTube's because there was
the
a
app?
show.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the way the app kind of worked with the shows, I could subscribe to them easier, and they worked
Instead of subscribing to the channel.
Well, yeah, instead of subscribing to the channel, or instead of getting all this junk, I just felt like I was getting with YouTube. Like I'm subscribing to this for your show. Quit showing me the 20th preview item. Just get me the first episode and let's go through this.
It depends. Sometimes YouTube's really good at that. Sometimes it's not. Like sometimes it gets the up next right.
Yeah.
And quite often for me it does, but
well, it's not just that. But
sometimes
I mean,
it doesn't.
Let me know the show's on. Like I wanted it different from their normal YouTube group.
But that's not how YouTube is set up.
I didn't finish Cobra Kai because I wasn't getting notified of it going up, or there's stuff. There's Origin, or is it Origin?
Do you not use TV Showtime for that?
I should more.
Okay, because
I am terrible at TV Showtime lately.
Legit, there's a YouTube channel from Achievement Hunter called Let's Play.
Yeah.
And there's one from like a Let's Play Minecraft. There's a TV Showtime thing for it. It will let you know when it airs.
All right.
Ruby was that way too.
Maybe I got tired of some of my notifications. Also, like Freeform.
enough.
Freeform used to be called something else.
Excellent description.
Yeah, I know.
Nailed it.
Want to say Lifetime? That's not it.
You're doing terrific.
I know. Whatever that channel used to be. It looks like when Disney bought it. And
What haven't they bought?
DC. They have not bought DC yet. Oh, it used to be called ABC Family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Uh-huh. I guess they owned it then, actually.
Hmm.
Or maybe when they bought it. No? Oh, when they bought it back in 2015. But they only changed like a couple years ago, I think.
It looks like Lifetime is a sister channel of that, though.
Why not? You get sportsy channels, and I don't care. Yeah,
Sportsy.
I basically got because I wanted to watch the Super Bowl without too many issues. And the commercials. The only time I really care about watching the commercials.
Which I heard they weren't great this year.
They were okay. They worked. It was interesting.
Were there any Tide ad commercials this year?
I don't
Tide
know.
Pod ad?
There was a lot of YouTube TV ads.
Really?
Yes. There was so many. I needed to pull it up elsewhere.
Are you
So I could try to make sure I wasn't getting fed YouTube TV ads
Got
because
it.
I was watching on YouTube TV. Found out, no, they actually paid to be on the Super Bowl.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Meh.
They're trying to push it. Which is I guess they just want something that, because YouTube doesn't turn a profit still. Like years later, they don't get a profit from it. So I wonder if they're trying to finally get something.
With all that, with all the minimal payment they do out to all their people, they still don't make profit off of it.
Oh, yeah. Basically.
Oh. Good thing they have the big Google to support it.
You mean the alphabet?
That too.
They got the alphabet?
Yep. So yeah, they have
ABCD.
channels, and they had some weird ones that I didn't know. I was like, hey, they had Curiosity, and he had 2 weeks to try it out. I tried it out. I was curious. Yeah, I know.
Funny.
Yeah, I know. If I ever go back, I'm not getting it.
Oh, not that
Yeah.
good.
They had Sundance. Like it's different. You like Sundance. They have Shudder. Shudder's, it's a good way to get into Shudder. It's their
What
scary
is
show,
Shudder?
scary shows and movies.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
not be getting that. Got it.
There's an entire Netflix set up on it. You can even have DVDs sent out to your house, like old style Netflix.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
back when Netflix mailed you stuff.
Yeah, what a world we live in. I can't even remember that.
So kind of a retro
I can't,
version
but-
of Netflix again.
Yeah, I don't think they do that anymore.
They had a spin-off
They break them
company.
apart. Okay, is
That
it called
did that.
Redbox?
No, that's not.
Oh, it's Blue Box.
No, it's not. You know Blue Box is a thing, right?
Yes, I know. That was.
That's what they had at my local grocery store forever because they didn't want to pay for Redbox.
So they have a lot of universities too, because they don't want to pay for it either. Actually, Redbox will even lock you in their contract if you're multiple stores, if you're or a group or multiple gas stations.
Mm-hmm.
It's why they are not at Common Sense anymore. They wanted to lock them in like, we want to be at all of the Common Sense. They said no, you only can be at these, and they were like, we're pulling them all out.
Is that why they're all at all the Mavericks? Like literally every single Maverick I've ever seen.
They forced them into a deal. Yep.
That's a good deal for them around here because there's a Maverick on like every street
There's a
corner.
Maverick in most places, on every street corner.
Okay, not so much here, but like in Ogden, there's literally probably one on every street corner. It's like
Yeah.
McDonald's in New York.
There you go. There's always McDonald's. That's their next deal.
I don't think so.
Actually, I think they are working with.
Are they?
I think there was something. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, though.
I may not have been here.
Maybe I just read it.
You
I
probably
don't know.
just read it.
We are running out of time, so we
Dude.
are going to do one last story.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Your pick.
I don't want
Your
to.
pick.
My
Don't
pick?
don't
Your
pick
pick.
mine. I don't want mine.
And
Actually, I'm not sure what we have
you have to
left.
talk in the microphone. We have this list.
Let's see. What can be short, though?
The thing that we know the least amount. The question is, what do you think I know the least amount on?
Apex. I know you asked Anna to pick, but
We can either do that or there's the catastrophic.
Apex.
He doesn't want you to pick his.
Okay.
All right, Apex. We pick Apex Legends.
What does Apex mean? What is the definition of Apex?
Hey, Google. I don't know.
It's gonna respond with, "I didn't catch that." Now,
I know.
and people are gonna hate you.
Apex of the top or highest part
Okay,
of something.
that's what I thought.
Especially one forming a point.
It's like the apex of a house,
Yes.
the house roof, or the apex of
A mountain.
a mountain, which would be the summit,
It
or
even
the
says
point.
Synonymous.
Point.
Tip.
Just the tip.
Tip.
Just the tip.
Tip and top.
All right. So
So-
Apex. That's Apex for you guys. Okay, let's wrap it up. No.
Apex Legends is a new game by everyone's favorite company, EA, and it has in a week. It hasn't overtaken, but it became the most popular game of the year.
With 25 million signups in just 1 week.
Yes, which
How many of those are legit signups, though? What if they were just inflating their own numbers, huh?
Well, apparently,
Huh?
I clicked the download button,
All
so
right, fine.
that could be.
You're contributing to the noise.
Yeah, because I still have to reinstall Origin.
Oh.
Remember, I haven't fully made it into the. I don't even know which one. There's so many links.
So, we watched the launch trailer. There's no gameplay in it, but it looks cool.
But we turned around and went to Twitch.
We did go to Twitch, and it looks like Call of Duty.
With
With the stylings of slightly Borderlands-ish.
Yes.
Like, the stylings of the characters are definitely, like, Borderlands-esque. The lines aren't pronounced as much, like the outlines. It's not as cartoonish, but it still has that cartoonish look. That's what you like about it, I think.
I kind of did.
Because you love comics. So, and that's what Borderlands was going after, I think. One that was made.
Mm-hmm.
Sign in your EA account. It's got your password at least.
Well, except for I also think it's kind of screwed it up, so I'm trying to get it to autofill.
It's got a matching site.
I know, but the two pages are two windows are not linking to each other. And I forgot the shortcut was to autofill, or to try.
You just copy the username.
Yeah, I should just do that. Hopefully this is the same one. Actually, I think it's probably... Hey, look, see, there's the button. Oh, it broke on me.
No, the button's right there.
Oh, there.
That's already there.
It's
You
just
already
hidden.
got it. Okay, fine.
I want to make sure it's the same one. The correct one. I don't know what I did. It failed! We'll do with this later.
Sign in currently unavailable. Maybe your ad blocker's messing it up.
Hey, look, I can keep the file anyways. Maybe I click that too. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, the launch trailer looked kind of cool, and the gameplay looked pretty okay. I was getting a real, like, Overwatch vibe from it, though.
yes.
Especially when the robot came in.
Very Overwatch, Call of Duty, all that. The accumulation of games.
I might download it and give it a shot. I don't know.
I have to get another EA game. I do not want to.
This is free, isn't it?
It's free.
So
It's free and pay to get more.
Is it pay
stuff.
to win or just pay to get cool stuff?
Pay to dance?
Which
You cannot dance if you want to. You must pay EA right now.
I'm upset with you. As we learned last week, though, paying to dance can actually be slightly pay to win because it can dodge.
Oh, look, my phone yelled at me too for not recognizing my voice earlier.
Are you gonna mute that, or are you just gonna leave it in?
No, I'll figure it out.
You can call it the Madam G,
Mr. G.
Mr. No, because most people's voices aren't Misters though. On their assistants.
Hey, Jeeves.
Hey. First of all, Jeeves starts with a J.
Sounds like a G. It's just like GIFs.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that. All right. Well, this is devolved. Anyways, looks fun. I might try it. I don't know.
Okay,
I
let me know if
spiked
you
a
get
lot
on.
there. Holy crap.
So did I.
Sorry.
It'll level out.
It might.
I'll level it out.
I don't know. I still get yelled at for screaming in people's ears. Not really. That only happened once.
It's all good.
I don't even know if they listen anymore.
They can shoot us an email.
They can, or they could still hop on the Discord because they still have
Yeah.
access to it.
We didn't kick you out of Discord if you want to. We're just nice like that. Once you're part of the group,
You can't leave.
we don't. You can leave if you want to.
No, you can't.
They could still leave.
No, they can't. One of us. One of us.
Google gobble one of us.
Yes. All right.
All right, we'll play the game. We'll come back.
We'll probably play the game.
I'm gonna play the game. Hey,
Except for that game,
Fortnite.
because you guys all lost the game.
How dare you? I lost that game many decades ago. Many millennia ago.
Okay, first of all, it can only be one millennia ago at this moment, unless you're
Many!
many. All right, Mr. Dinosaur.
Maybe you're a genie. That would work.
Speaking of genies,
I know, I was wondering about that.
there's an Aladdin trailer.
Yep.
It looks weird. I haven't seen it, but I've only seen a screenshot of the genie. It looks weird.
I saw the trailer. Saw the screen with Genie. Have you seen the trailer?
I have not seen the trailer yet.
I kind of wish Will Smith was animated. Or CG more.
We could do some editing magic and pause it and watch it and then come back.
We'll talk about it next week. Because we're way over.
No, we're not. We've gone to an hour and 20 minutes before.
We're way over. We've been better since then.
Okay.
Keep it short.
Famous last words. Bill, go.
Famous last words. person who first heard a parrot talk was probably not okay for a while.
Didn't you already tell that?
I told that to you before the podcast.
Oh. I thought you... Okay. Anna, go.
Doomba. Anthony, your turn.
I know. I froze. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, guys. Or week, or whatever, whenever you watch this. Happy future time.